For today, we have a packed episode full of video games, food, and love. Sounds like a great evening. Yeah, so we're actually going to start talking about Mark Zuckerberg. Let's put...
Boo!
Boo! He looks like an alien. Oh my god, our team was talking about it. We think that he needs a little concealer. Get little plugs for the, the receding hairline. And I don't know what else, so that's not my profession. But he went and did the hearing with the Senate people or whatever and spent pretty much like 3 hours talking about what Facebook is. Because everyone in the Senate is like 70 years old and is like, oh, what's a CD-ROM? How do I get to the Facebook? What address is it? And he's like, no, it's on the internet. They're like, internet? What?
We have an app called Messenger for sending messages to your Facebook friends. There will always be a version of Facebook that is free.
Well, if so, how do you sustain a business model in which users don't pay for your service?
Senator, we run ads.
My personally identifiable data, the company's data, not my data.
No, Senator. Actually, at the first line of our terms of service say that you control and own the information and content that you put on Facebook.
Or is that a recent addition to how you deal with those other ways that I might communicate?
Senator, my understanding is that that is how the mobile operating systems are architected.
Yeah, so that happened. It was great. And they also wanted to know how to hack Farmville. So we didn't tell them that, and he also didn't tell us if the Russians actually, stole our information. So, anyways, let's talk about the new hall on campus. It's the Hilbert Hall, and I'm convinced. I have a theory. I'm convinced that they are trying to lure us into their thresholds. I'm convinced. On Valentine's Day, I was walking, right? My boyfriend at the time didn't get me flowers, so we obviously broke up. But I was walking on the corner, and some nice lady gave me flowers, so I immediately fell in love with that person. But they told me, they were like, oh, this is, V. Hilbert, was it? Where does that even come from? V. Hilbert Hall? And I was like, oh, they're giving me flowers. And then they had Campion lobby. Just all the dicks you want. And then, look, they're giving me mugs. I'm just saying this is a trifecta. They gave me the flowers, they lured me in with dicks, and then the coffee after. I love coffee, especially the morning after. But the Hilbert Hall, what you don't know is I'm a senior, and you don't actually want me, so I guess I'm not giving you a call back.
Aww.
Yeah, so, fun facts. Actually, I'm just going to bend down really fast. We got Chris Paul on our show to talk about his new... Lots of jokesters here. The other Chris Paul. That one. The one in the comms department. He's the chair. He's awesome. So he wrote a book called The Toxic Meritocracy of Video Games. Pretty much why gaming culture is the worst. So let's take that and I'll see you in a bit. Hi, my name is Hailey Hackett, and this is the first installation of the Friday Show, and I'm here with Professor Chris Paul, an associate professor here at Seattle University, and the department chair of the communication department, and he just wrote a book, The Toxic Meritocracy of Video Games. So we decided to do a little fun game with Chris Paul since, we study games all the time. Have you ever played Chubby Bunny before?
I have not played Chubby Bunny before.
Do you know the rules at all?
You told me the rules earlier.
Okay, so we're just going to... every question, we're each going to put a marshmallow in our mouth.
Okay.
Until it becomes unbearable for both the audience and ourselves.
All right, sounds fun.
Great. So, why don't you grab one and I'll grab one? My first question is, you study video games. Most people use video games as kind of like a procrastination for their, homework, work, etc. Do you kind of feel like you're cheating the system?
Of course I'm cheating the system.
I
got to put this in first?
Yeah, I'm cheating.
Of course, he's a big muscle. Of course I'm cheating the system.
Oh.
It's kind of one of those things. It's all a game.
This is not going to work. My mouth is way too small. Okay, this was a great attempt. Maybe if we no, it's over. So, when you were doing your studying and your research for this book, I noticed that you studied the Kim Kardashian Hollywood.
Oh, it's a
game.
fantastic game.
So did you play it?
Of course.
And
I made the A-list.
You made the A-list?
Yeah,
So
Kim and I were best friends.
Everyone, we have a celebrity on set right now. Just letting you know. And then my last kind of like question before we move on to the next segment. What is your favorite video game?
It's an excellent question. If you're talking about a game that I played most growing up, it was Final Fantasy. The
Okay.
game that I've probably spent the most time playing, it's World of Warcraft. And then what I tend to play now needs to be compartmentalized a little bit more, simply
Okay.
because I have kids. So I play FIFA and NBA 2K, so more sports games. Then I play plenty of mobile stuff, Clash Royale,
Okay, so
Star Wars Galaxy of
if you
Heroes.
had to choose one.
You can't just choose one. It
You
depends
gotta-
on what your mood
You're
is.
right here.
You're right here?
No, we're right here.
What's your
You gotta
favorite
choose
game,
one.
Haley?
Oh my gosh. Super Mario Sunshine 64, I think would be pretty up there.
Going throwback?
Yeah, is it a throwback if you still play it?
Well, it's a throwback on the system. My favorite game right now is playing Splatoon 2 with Piper. That's a whole lot of fun. We play Splatoon 2 as part of our bedtime routine.
Awesome. And Piper is your
My daughter.
correct?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we are going to take a short break with our segment, Zwicky Kitchen. I hear that Zwicky is making some spaghetti carbonara. Let's take a look.
Hi everybody, I'm Veronica Zwicky, the host of the newest and greatest show, Zwicked Kitchen. So today I'm going to cook spaghetti carbonara with ingredients from the cave. Challenge, right? But I can take a challenge.
So what skill sets do you think you're going to bring to this game that I may not?
All of them. Where are we racing?
You want to do my home court?
Sure.
Luigi Circuit?
Sure.
No worries. We got it. Keep going. That one. Yeah, let's do it. All right. I forget a lot of the rules to this.
Okay.
Like a
Go
lot of
fast. Shoot things. I don't remember what the buttons do for this.
Yep, exactly. So, like, specifically, though, do you think, like, because you've played video games more, like, maybe you're going to have, like, a better chance at... Wait, okay, we got it.
I believe I have a better chance right now.
No! Wait, how do I go?
I can't turn.
How do I go? I think this is wrong. Wait. No, mine's not, like, not going.
You gotta press the button.
I am pressing the
The
buttons.
2.
2?
Yep.
Oh, well, thanks for that.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it.
Well,
Okay,
we're in
so-
11th and 12th right now, so we
Oh,
really
yeah,
are
yeah,
dominating.
No worries. I'm gonna catch up, you know? So like, I like to start out as like an underdog and then just like dominate from there. You know, see what my components or like my competitors are gonna do first.
Okay,
Yeah.
you do that.
All right.
Hope that's working for you.
I mean, you're in 11, so like, you know, we're both. Oh gosh. Oh geez.
How's that working out for you, Hailey?
I mean, it's.
I can at least see other people. Have they lapped you yet?
Oof. I had some technical difficulties.
That's kind of endemic of this interview, isn't it?
A little bit. So, what do you think is the most like meritocratic video game?
League of Legends is pretty bad
Why?
because of the way they use their ranking system and their ELO ratings,
Uh-huh.
and it's produced a really negative community that's really notoriously toxic to each other.
So how do you explain this to like say a teenage boy who may not like understand the impacts of like a culture like that immediately or like genuinely care at that point?
So one of the things that's going on and when you have a meritocracy is we stop
No.
caring about other people and we stop thinking about our obligations to the group of people and we say things like get good. Get good is frequently said in the gamer community as opposed to trying to help each other get better.
Oh.
It's like in that statement, I think we could probably just tell you to get good at Mario Kart, Hailey.
Yeah, you told me to
Yeah,
post too,
which
is helpful.
you do enough of that and it's just not, you create destructive community norms. And instead, if we can break down some meritocratic elements, it doesn't mean that we don't value skill or hard work, but we can work together to create something different.
Yeah. I mean, how do you think people can kind of like, you want to do another race?
Sure.
How do you think people can kind of disrupt these systems? Like even in, let's say they're playing League of Legends, how could, you know, someone sitting in their bedroom, this is how I picture gamers, like with the headset and everything, how can they choose different?
Well, I think it's about producing some different kinds of games. So I think there are other games out there that have different sets of norms, and that can lead to some productive interactions. It's also about trying to seed communities in interesting sorts of ways. So one of the games I talk about in the book is a game called, is a game that's basically based on a heist, and they need all the people in the heist to work together in order to execute it. It meant that if they had trolls in their community, it'd go really poorly because the game wouldn't be fun. So they seeded the community with people they thought would behave well, and it worked for them.
Oh gosh, I forgot there were ice here.
Nice pick there.
Thanks.
Ooh, spin out.
But is there a way to
The
kind of like
steering is-
develop communities within like already established games with kind of like toxic norms as it is, like as an individual? Or do you think we're kind of like susceptible to the systems in which we play?
Well, I think it's about design and how we choose to build games. And we disproportionately, my argument in the book is we disproportionately choose to base them on meritocracy. And that has costs that I don't think we acknowledge or account for.
Absolutely.
We just don't think about it. And then we wonder why the community is so nasty.
Yeah, I mean, like, it seemed like that's kind of an element of American culture as well, is just to kind of say that, you know, if you're not winning at something, you just need to get better at it.
It's certainly Western culture. They have, the term's actually popularized by a British author who makes an argument back in the 1950s in a novel about this thing called meritocracy and how it's going to
Yeah.
wreck our society.
And then he regretted coining it.
Well, he regretted how it got used.
Oh.
So he thought it was accurate to coin it, but the whole point of the novel is that meritocracy isn't something that we should be chasing. And then around the 2000s, during the turn of the 21st century, he gets really concerned because Tony Blair is holding up meritocracy as a good thing, and Bill Clinton's holding up meritocracy as a good thing. And his whole point in the book was that if we follow this, we're all going to fall apart.
Oh, wow. So they didn't read the book, they just took the
Took the idea.
idea.
Well, and it's really seductive, right? It's cool to think that you are the most skilled and hardest working person,
Absolutely.
but it systematically avoids thinking about luck and the ways that we got to where we are.
Yeah. I mean, and it gives you more credit for, you know, your wins.
And more credit for your wins and no obligation to the people around you to make the system better for everybody else because you were the one who got there because you earned it rather than because you were just lucky.
So if we were to redesign Mario Kart, are there any elements that you would change to make it less?
Well, since you read the book, Hailey, you know that I made the argument in the book that Mario Kart has elements that counterbalance meritocracy, and they're the kind of things that make gamers really upset. The blue shell being the most notorious example, where it's often best not to be in first place in Mario Kart, because if you're in first place, you're not going to get good stuff like that bullet you got there. and you're more likely to get hit with the blue shell,
Yeah,
and can be hard.
definitely.
It systematically disadvantages the person in first. It also means, though, that games like this are much more fun to play with small kids and with people who don't play games. So they're not really designed like for the people who play tons of games. They're designed for people who want to have fun playing games.
Which is why we decided to play it today.
There you go.
And you beat me again. So I guess being last doesn't give me an advantage, even with their algorithms. I thought it was just for Mario Party, not necessarily.
Mario Party too. Like both these games structurally advantage people that are behind. So that the way the game works is that if you're farther back in the race, they'll give you better items. And then there's one specific item called the blue shell that got introduced in a version of the game that's carried through and is highly contentious that takes out the person in first.
Yeah.
That only goes to a person at the back and always crushes the person in first. So then the person who's losing can decide who wins the game.
Yeah.
And that doesn't fit within a meritocratic context very, very well because the person who's the most skilled then gets punished.
Yeah, and it always benefits the person who is second, not the last person who
Right.
actually like inflicts that harm.
Right.
Absolutely. Well, again, thank you for coming on our show. We
Thanks
really
for having me.
appreciate it. If you want to read Dr. Chris Paul's book, you can find it on Amazon. It's The Toxic Meritocracy. I don't know why I keep having trouble saying that. Toxic Meritocracy of Video Games. So look it up and leave an Amazon review, right?
Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you. Take me out of town. I've never blacked out before.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, same.
Really?
No,
Yeah.
I like on my birthday I wanted to black out, but then I got angry.
Why would you ever
really
want
I
angry.
feel like
black
if you're
out.
trying to black out, sometimes it's just, I don't know. You gotta naturally, you just gotta get there. It's a better experience. Yeah.
I've never intentionally.
No, I've never like been like, tonight I'm gonna black out.
I was, yeah,
That sounds like alcoholism. Like that sounds like a problem.
You guys well, it's not.
Yeah, exactly. Like
oh my god. No, I went home and fell asleep. Martha D and took off my shoes. It was very sweet.
Aw.
Yeah, isn't that sweet?
That's so cute.
Speaking of my roommate, she went on the love nest. What? Yeah. So her and Lucas Kretz, so Martha Dean and Russell, Lucas Kretz, say hi to them on campus or don't. I don't know how public they are. They went on this episode and you know, they fell for each other deeply. Let's watch.
My name's Martha Dean.
What major are you?
I'm an international studies and French double major.
And are you looking for love?
I am, my heart's open, I'm ready for love.
Awesome.
I'm Lucas Kret, I'm a political science major. I'm excited about it. I think it'll be a little weird to be on film, but that'll probably make it more fun.
I'm so ready for love. I'm ready to be like married with 5 children already. Okay. Oh, hello. Okay, yeah, hi.
How's your going?
I thought it was going to be like a total stranger, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
me too.
well,
This works out nicely.
Yeah, this works out. Okay.
Alright, yeah, could you all hold up your IDs? You're gonna do a truth or drink game. On every card, there is a question, and you can either answer that question or take a shot.
Okay. What would your ex say is your most annoying habit?
Probably cracking jokes at like horrible times. Like when it's a really like tense situation, I tend to like. Well, it's how I cope with things.
Oh, okay.
Or how I deal with
You're
that.
the comedian.
Yeah, it's not a good look. My mom also hates that. I'm working on it. But yeah, that's probably it. Yeah. What is the pettiest reason you broke up with someone?
You can drink.
You can also
I know.
drink. But I want to be curious for sure.
Oh, I'll tell you after the show.
Okay, that's fair.
All right. Okay. Ooh, what's the craziest thing you've done drunk? Wow, I feel like I'm giving you all the hard ones. Why did you and your last girlfriend break up? Or boyfriend? Sorry. Wow, There's dares in this.
Yeah, it's 2 shots to pass too.
I'm doing that. Yeah, I'm not gonna serenade you. I'm sorry. Ooh, okay.
Do I have dares? I probably have dares.
You probably have dares. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Miss that one.
Yeah.
For the camera, it was nibble your partner's ear, which is a little much.
Yeah. I would need like 5 more shots for that.
There.
Oh, you have to take. Oh no, just 2. That's good. I thought it said 3.
I have 2 more still.
Wow.
You
Well,
sure?
I'll take one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, this thing's just blank.
Oh. Impersonate your partner?
Do I add?
No, I think. Oh wait. I think I do that because that's what we've been doing.
Okay.
You or unless you want to.
No, you got it. I would love to hear the impersonation.
Okay. I feel like it's like a little. You have to like lean back like this, and then kind of be like, oh yeah. So I'm actually very intelligent and but very caring person. I think it would have been fun. Yeah, that was a good idea.
Do you go closer?
Yes.
Yes.
This is a good
Definitely, yeah.
So unfortunate news about after a month or so, the couple that we all cherished, fell in love with in those 2 minutes, they broke up. What do you expect with reality TV? I know. I actually don't know what's next. I think this is the end of the episode because we don't have any more content. This is our graphic. We worked really hard on it.
Woo!
Yes,
graphics.
We're making a graphic a day before. Yes. So pretty much, here's how the deal works. If you want this book, $109 on Amazon.
What?
Free.
Boo!
Just tag us on the Facebooks, as the Senate people said, Twitter, or the Instagram, and we will give this to you if we think you're entertaining. That's how this game is going to work today.
Yeah, never can say that.
Take 2.
No.
No. Yes,
That's like impossible if it's 2.
She can only start with
Oh
one.
God.
It's so warm.
Oh my God.
How?
Diego's putting on a show over here, and Hailey's struggling.
I'd find this thing. Do you need
Are
the
you actually
Heimlich?
joking? What do we do? You know, do the Heimlich? Is this how you do it?
Okay.
Are you alright? You're good?
I thought if I just swallowed it, it would just all be fine. That hurt so bad.
Oh, God.
I know everyone.
I think it just...
That was so scary.
That is not an indication of our performance.
Oh yeah,
by
it's
the
still
way.
recording. I didn't cut it actually.
Like actually now. And remember, if you want to watch more of the Friday show, more of me and the team and the laughter, subscribe to us. You can subscribe down here, not in my pants in the bar, and you can subscribe over here maybe, and we'll put a video here. I'm editing this later, and this is gonna suck. Here, and maybe a picture here, and yeah. See you next time.